Hello everyone, welcome to the Doodle Maths webinar. I am Miss Khusboo, Head of Maths for Key Stage 1.
Hi, I'm Miss Charlotte and I'm Head of Maths for Key Stage 2.
So let's start by introducing Doodle Maths. So Doodle Maths is an innovative, personalized learning platform that teaches the fundamentals of maths to the children. When children work on Doodle Maths, they don't get to choose the work they do. They have to first complete a baseline that they should have already done in school. Within the maths lessons, and based on the baseline that your child has completed, the intelligent algorithms determine what each child will learn and what are the questions that they will attempt. It is really important that for Doodle Maths, children work independently because the app captures the weaknesses and the strengths of your child, and then it accordingly calibrates to the right level for every individual. By assessing the ability across the areas of the curriculum, your child can work exactly at the right level of challenge, and that also guarantees progression. That means when your child is working at the correct level based on their baseline, they can attempt 80% of the questions correct, and 20% of the questions sometimes are too hard, which then becomes a part of the tricky questions section, which we will talk about after a while in the webinar. Number of problems in a day. So based on the baseline that the child has finished in the class, there are 7 problems that they need to attempt, 7 a day problems that they need to attempt in the Doodle Maths platform. But sometimes it may look different for different children. For some children, it may come as 6 a day, and for some children, it may come as 8 a day. So that completely depends on how your child has completed the baseline at school. And they are expected to stay in the green zone. So the target for the children is to stay in the green zone, which means they need to earn those many stars to be in the green zone. And the parents and teachers both can monitor and the parents and teachers both can monitor through the dashboard on if your child is in or below their target zone. Badges and power-ups. So you simply need to click the arrow in the learning zone to access the badges your child has earned. And they can earn badges by solving the different math problems and even by playing the math games that are generated on the Doodle Maths app. And based on the learning zone and the questions your child has attempted, Doodle Maths creates some power-up questions as extra learning practice for your child to work on.
So once your child has reached their target, they will get access to the games, which again, they can find in the learning zone, clicking on that top left-hand corner arrow. And the games are all to still encourage their arithmetic skills, their mental math skills, but then in a more fun environment where the children can earn lots of stars. And stars can be earned at different stages in the games, and they'll see in their target zone, just in the bottom corner with the stars, how many they're receiving and if they reach their target or if they need more. There's also an opportunity for children to go and spend their stars on a robot. So again, they can find this going on the learning zone, clicking on the top left arrow. When they first log in, they'll see that their robot is just a normal robot, but they can customize this. If they click on the little settings icon, the little wheel icon, they can change this to a pet or even a person. The children really have fun with this and they can spend their stars on different accessories for their character, changing the colours, changing the background sometimes as well. And if they earn the stars and they spend them, the teachers will still see what they earned in that day. So it won't come off their overall earnings, but it's a nice way for children to get a bit of reward from the hard work that they've done through the app. Just a few reminders about some of the class expectations we are expecting the children to do in schools. So in school, we've allocated time during registration registration time when the children come in about 7:20 a.m. For the children to go on the Doodle Maths app. This is for about 3 times a week. And then sometimes if there's not enough time, sometimes maybe at the end of lessons or beginning of lessons, some time can be allocated then as well. This is so that we can make sure children are staying in that target zone if they're not accessing it enough at home, or if they just need a bit more time spent on it. Teachers will monitor this. We can monitor it from our own accounts and remind children if they need to stay more on target or if they are on target. And we can also reward children for being on target, successful streaks. So if they're on for more than, let's say, a few days, we can reward them for that. And also for if they earn lots and lots of stars in the week. And this is often celebrated in our year group assemblies, and also we celebrate it in our weekly newsletters as well. So really encourage your children to get onto the app, use it daily, and they can be part of that rewards system. Although it's something that we are using in school, we really want the children to be using Doodle Maths at home. It's really, really important that they are getting in that 10 minutes a day in school and at home. So the homework expectation is for all children in years 1 to 6 to spend 10 minutes a day on Doodle Maths outside of school. And it's just a reminder for them to stay in that green zone. Teachers could also set additional activities, and this pops up, you can see on the screen as a little extras icon. And this sometimes might be to consolidate some of the learning that we've learned at school that week, and it's just some extra activities, or it might be something that we haven't done for a while that we want the children to go back to and remind themselves, so they don't forget those skills. As well as Doodle Maths then, and this is something new that we are trying to get the children to log on to very recently. So it might not be that your children have logged onto it yet, but alongside the Doodle Maths platform, we also have access to a platform called Doodle Tables. And this is through the same website, or you can download a separate app for it. And the children will use their same logins. So the same logins they use for the Doodle Maths app, they're going to use for the Doodle Tables. If your child has yet to go onto the app, when they first go on, they will have to complete a baseline assessment like they did for Doodle Maths, sorry. And with this, just please be aware that children need to answer the questions, if they're the maths-based questions, on their own. You can help read them to them, but they must do all working out on their own, because this will personalise the learning activities then later on. And like Khusboo said at the beginning, these will help set the right challenge for your child, so that they can really progress with their maths learning and their times tables.
Finally, we want the children to feel fantastic about maths, and we want them to love maths. You might sometimes think that maths is challenging, but we need to push the children to persevere. We have to push them to display the HPL skill that we always talk about at school, and display that they are a hardworking hedgehog, and persevere and not to give up even if the problems are challenging. So we would encourage the parents as well to use positive words and ask the children to persevere, not give up, overcome the challenges. If your child sometimes tells you that, oh, I cannot do it, this is very difficult for me, that's when we request you to remind them of all the things they couldn't do when they were young, like walking, swimming, talking, or even riding a bike. And maths is the same. Maybe right now they will not be able to do it, but if they try and if they persevere, if they don't give up, they will definitely learn and will be able to do it one day.
That's it from us. So we just want to say a big thank you for listening, and thank you for taking part in the webinar today. We would really appreciate if you could feedback on how you found it and how useful it was, using the form displayed on the screen. And then if you have any further questions about Doodle Maths, please don't hesitate to ask. We would ask that you email your child's teacher in the first instance. And then if this problem still isn't resolved, then you can contact myself and Miss Khusboo. Our emails are displayed just there, and we'll be happy to assist you if needed. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.